Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. It is Monday morning here in Canada, Thanksgiving Day. It's a Thanksgiving long weekend here, so it's a holiday today. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends and family and viewers. Today we're going to be talking about King Charles. As you know, soon he and Camilla will be headed overseas to their Australian tour and along to the Commonwealth Heads of Government meetings, CHOGM, happening in Samoa. They'll spend 5 days in Australia, 5 days in Samoa. They'll be gone from Friday, October 18th, till Saturday, October 26th. Now, let's talk about the CHOGM meetings first. This is very important. And I have mentioned in a past video one of the things that I think is going to be on the agenda there that isn't being spoken about in the press. And what it is I think Charles is going to speak to the leaders and afford them his wishes that William should become the next head of CHOGM. Because you see, it's not just automatic. The next monarch, whatever, doesn't automatically become the head of the Commonwealth. The leaders of the Commonwealth countries decide whom they want. And just as when the Queen attended CHOGM and put forth her wish that they would choose Charles as the next leader of the Commonwealth, and they did, he is gonna, to tidy things up. Not that the end is nigh, but, he will want to have made his wishes known to them, that they would honor them, and I think for sure that it will be that William heads up the Commonwealth in the fullness of time. So I think that's one thing that's going to be on the agenda that they're not talking about. But one thing that is being talked about, wow, there are 15 Caribbean nations that are set to confront Charles and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer about reparations. That's right. They are seeking anywhere from the tens of billions into the trillions of dollars in reparations for historic slave trade. And they're seeking this from the British government and from the royal family. Now, this is not going to go well. I mean, we do know, and I think stupidly in my opinion, Charles has already publicly stated that he's open to, quote, conversations regarding reparations, right? Once you open that door, and now, is it just me? And people, some might, oh, well, yeah, because you're a white girl, but no, this whole idea of reparations to me sounds ridiculous. First of all, we're 7 generations away from the slavery itself. So who qualifies for reparations in the first place? And how are you going to distribute the money? Who gets what? I mean, the whole thing is an unworkable premise anyway. And arguably, you could say that descendants of those slaves that were brought into the Commonwealth, and the Africans as well, not just the Caribbeans that are asking for this, but, those people, sure, they were brought over as slaves and it wasn't good. Keep in mind that Britain was the first country to abolish slavery, while for even a couple hundred years other countries kept it going. You know, the lefties, they never want to mention that Britain was actually the first country to abolish slavery and to fight against it. But that's notwithstanding with all this leftist wokery that's just a madness, you know. So we're looking at billions to trillions of dollars they're demanding. 13 countries in total. Where's this money supposed to come from? The British government? British government doesn't have any money. It's the people's money. It's the taxpayers' money. That's who's paying. You are paying. Royal family? Honey, they're not going to give up a dime of their real wealth, let alone billions. Who supports the royal family? I mean, even though their public money or their private money and their private wealth far exceeds anything that the government has any control over, again, it'll be the sovereign grant and money afforded to the sovereign. Where does that come from? The government. Who is that? That's the taxpayer. That is you. So these lofty things that they're heading into Chogam him and Kier, and they're ready to negotiate reparations. It's all fine and good. They can give them however much money they want. It's not coming out of their pocket, it's coming out of yours. How is that fair? People should know about that. People should understand how this works. So why this is so very, very important. And I mean, something like go woke, go broke. That's why that saying exists, because it's so true. Once you open that woke door, there's no closing it. The old saying, give them an inch, they'll want a mile. If Charles and the British government buckle under pressure, or just stupid leftist moronic thought, and they decide to pay these reparations, the minute these are there's going to be another lineup of the door of 13 other countries that want reparations too. It'll never end. It's a hole he's dug that you cannot get out of. So no matter what happens, no matter what the decision, whether he does, whether he doesn't, whether they keep open to discussions, and it's just an ongoing back and forth, no matter what happens regarding the issue of reparation, the king loses. You can't please everybody. The king loses. He's in a bad, weak position. Just as he's in a bad, weak position with the ongoing Harry crap that he can't sort out. Same with Andrew. 3 of the main things dogging the monarchy right now, Charles is shown to be just completely weak about. 2 of them are kind of inside issues that seep out into the public domain. Chogam is a hugely public international issue. And there's another one of that scale coming up as well. Because we know the King and Camilla are headed to Australia. They're going to be met in Australia by the Prime Minister there. even though he's a Republican, he knows that he's got to show respect to the king because that's what the people want. Australian PM Anthony Albanese is going to host the king and Camilla. However, every one of the 6 state premiers have turned down an opportunity to meet up with the king and Camilla. It's just a disgraceful snub. 5 of the 6 are real liberal, lefty kind of guys, Labor government, right? And it's disgraceful behavior, even at a time when recent polls show that the king in Australian poll, that the king is more popular than any of their politicians, and that Prince William is even more popular than that. Yet these left-wing Labor ministers are gonna snub the king on a royal visit. I mean, it's just disgraceful. And to make it worse, protests are being planned in all the capital cities that Charles is gonna visit. There's a anti-monarchist group homegrown in Britain called Republic. They're gonna be there. And indeed, even the CEO of Republic is flying in to personally attend these protests. So, everything, it's not shaping up for good optics at all. And the whole question of reparations, how the king handles it, will have huge consequences to the monarchy, and no matter what he does, the king can't please everybody. Yes, go woke, go broke. If he appeases the Caribbean nations, there's going to be more just in line, like I said, looking for more reparations, and that's hugely damaging for the monarchy, which strengthens my opinion. What I've been saying all along, that given a series of incidents that create skepticism on the part of the public, that Charles is going to lose in the court of public opinion, and the public is going to turn against him, perhaps even the government. Look at what we're looking at. And that it would be the impetus for William to step in and remove his father from the throne and take over. I've been saying this for 2 years. I think we're months away from it now. Even in the press, as I noted in a previous video, the press knows what's going on. They're even now starting to allude to the fact that William is pretty much running things from behind the scenes at the moment anyway, a soft regency, if you will. So I think I'm right. I think I was right 2 years ago. I've got a whole playlist, King Charles III, Life Imitating Art. Go watch it. It's very entertaining. And what I'm saying now, and the events that are unfolding in front of us, I think it's a matter of months, as I've said. And I think we are just around the corner from some really momentous events. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's going to be a good ride. Stay with me. Hope you like this. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when another video is coming up, because I just kind of do them when I can. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking about all of this. All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day. Bye for now.